Also can do for you is teach you the greatest feeling in the world, and that is to have fun. Many students who attend college sometimes can get caught up and forget the most important thing in life is to just have fun with whatever you're doing in life, whether it's struggling to cram in every piece of information before a big final, or beating your best friend in an ice cream eating contest. Now these are two different situations completely, but the vital point is that you're having fun while doing it. I know everyone can agree to have fun is the best feeling in the world because it just relieves so much stress and brings you happiness, which is something people nowadays can struggle to obtain. If you can learn to mature in college but maintain a fun lifestyle, then that would make your life so much easier. I can speak from experience, and this goes back to maintaining positive relationships. If I didn't have the people that are with me right now, then probably my college experience would be probably very depressing and very sad. But like they kept me through anything, and they taught me how to have fun in college while still maintaining a certain mature degree of everything, and it's just really special. And lastly, to sum up everything, establishing an identity. Who am I? The most important thing to find out in college is, who are you? A personal experience of mine I'll talk about. Last year I experienced probably the worst mentally exhausting time of my life. Where many people were trying to choose my life for me, and had made decisions to choose from, and lots of negative energy being thrown at me, people forced me to be someone I wasn't, and that led me to probably I was in a bad place. But thinking back to it, I had a certain aha moment where it helped me come out of that depression, helped me figure out everything that I need to do from now on. And I asked myself to get out of that. I said, Nina, what do you want to do? Who do you want to be? After that, I started asking myself for the answers, not seeking them from other people, and answering for myself. I said, who am I, and what do I want my legacy to be here in college? The hardships of college may bring to you the hardships that college may bring to you can also help you establish an identity that may carry with you for the rest of your life. And maybe later can change that mindset or whatever life will throw at you, but whatever the outcome it is, that you can look back at college, that you went to college, that changed you, and you show appreciation towards it. College is a sort of tower that can literally change a person for the better, but sometimes for the worse. But that's just how well you maintain your college experience. And lastly, I'll see the rest.
So let's be real quick. We all came to college for yes, an education, and yes, a better job, and yes, to learn some skills, but it's really for the experience. We, as a kid or as a teenager, we've always heard of how crazy college is, all the crazy parties, and we all just wanted to experience it. So I'm going to talk more about the college experience. So my first point is getting out your comfort zone. Not a lot of people stress this. It just might happen over time. It's not really something we dwell on. But whether it be crazy midnight adventures or going to a basketball game and you usually stay in your room and sleep. We do not grow out a circle without certain experiences. It is possible to stay the exact same way if we stick to the ease of life. Doing things out of the ordinary, it's different for everyone, and only you, yourself, can know what's out of your circle. My next point will be finding new interests. So we come to college with a mindset of what we like, what we don't like, majors in mind, any of that stuff, and college is very changing, right? For the experience. So you might want to come in with a major of finance, and you, oh my gosh, I love math, and you come here, you take your first finance class, and you're like, this is not what I expected. I definitely had this moment. So that can change your perspective in a lot of ways. New activities and new friends. So activities, you'll naturally be exposed to new activities in college that will entertain your free time. And new friends. New friends can really push you to your different limits, not in a bad way, but to different things that you never did before. So maybe you've been trying to get a gym routine down for the last 2 months just to get ready for college. Maybe that might be easier in college because the gym is accessible, you don't have to drive, don't have to pay, and your friends might want to go with you, which makes it an outing, makes it like just hanging out with your friend instead of going to eat or going to the movies. And my next point will be don't give up, resilience. This point speaks to a lot of us, hopefully me, yes, indeed. There are going to be ups and downs throughout college, from the first day you get here to the last day you leave. Resilience is a life skill that comes with experience, and college holds you accountable. So you could go through the worst week of your college experience, but it's not like you're paying for it, and you go to class every day, you see your friends every day, your professor is expecting you, so it kind of holds you to an accountability to push through and keep going, and most people might not have that in real life, so college gives you that kind of motivation. The balance of social life and academics and sleep will be hard. Learning how to multitask, extreme multitask, is a skill that everyone needs to know, and college will definitely put you to the test, and it'll give you a great spot to show your skills if you have them. College can also help you develop those skills. So there's classes, there's school events, there's friends, spontaneous movie nights, professors, and sports practices, all piled up on your plate. College has taught me how to do all the above and more in 1 week, and then manage to cram everything into the Sunday before Monday, and still somehow be able to make my due date. So college has put as finishing out will probably help me in that aspect of learning how to getting something done when it needs to be done, even if there's no prior preparation. And it's never too late to get your college experience. Going to college, no matter how old you are, if you have 2 jobs or family, you could be dealing with a whole bunch of other stuff, but if you manage to come to college and finish out all the way through, either whether it's to further your education or just because you have an interest in a class, like an art class, or you just want something on the side to do. Most people that are older do come to college to further their experience. I do say kudos to you because you're a step ahead of us. Your education is a dress rehearsal for your real life. Thank you.
Does anyone have any questions? I saw your hand first. Yeah.
So what's the advice you would give to a high school student who is coming to college?
I say have an open mind, because you might have a dream of going to college, going to a big university, going to a football team school, but if you do go to a different college, just have an open mind of what you think college is. So that's what I would say. Keep an open mind.
I want to ask, what would you say was the best and biggest benefit of coming to college for you personally? To any of you?
For me, I would just say, like, about my slide, how I talk about personal development. Like, I've really grown as a person. Not to say, like, I would say I was kind of mature before college, but college definitely, like, took it to another level for me. So just, like, some of the skills I talked about in my slide, just, like, time management or even prioritizing, stuff like that, it just really took it to a new level for me.
Same, pretty much like self-development. Being here has kind of like put things into focus for me, where it's like I already kind of had an idea of what I wanted to do like once I left, but coming here, for me at least, just kind of facilitated things. And now it's like I said before, for me, I changed the route in which I want to go about doing them, so that's how it taught me. Go ahead.
Do you think that post-secondary trade school is as good as a college degree these days?
I would say so. For the most part, like I said, because I mean, like, the stats and the information that I gave, they're more of like a suggestion as far as just like completing when you're already here, if you're going through it in this means. But, you know, to state the obvious, it's, you know, there are other alternatives, there are other routes. But with secondary, well, the best way I could put it is it's going to work as best for the individual. If you can afford to do secondary trade school, or if your particular line of work is going to call for you to do that, then by all means go ahead. But if it's not necessarily the route that you want to go in, maybe you don't have the necessary funds for that, but you've gained a lot of experience and information going out from here at this point. Like for me, initially one idea was to transfer over to FIT instead of sticking around at Goldie. But the more that I started to learn, and through business courses with entrepreneurial studies professors and marketing professors, there's a lot of avenues to just kind of taking the 4-year degree, ending up in a certain position with a company that you're comfortable with, and using the funds to back you in another means, and going through other ways from networking and maneuvering in different routes. So it's all going to be dependent on the individual. But if you're already here and if you're already content with this program, just finish through, you might as well stick through. There's a bigger payoff at the end.
I don't know if you came across this information. If not, maybe you can just tell me what you think about it. What do you think is the biggest reason people do drop out and don't graduate?
Money. That's a big reason. I think it was like, we see one was like 50% of people drop out. That's the main reason, is money.
And I think for myself, I don't know about everybody else, but this year has been the hardest year for me. Balancing the harder classes that are coming with being a junior and having to work and pay bills, everything kind of hits you at once. And I definitely have called my mom late at night and been like, hey, would you be mad if I didn't go back to school? I've been there. And she would be mad. But it's just trying to persevere and getting through it. It's definitely hard, but you just have to do it. Unfortunately, that's kind of it.
How did you know to prioritize you when you were going through your phase?
It was really hard at first. I had my support system back home with my grandmother. She raised me as a little kid. So, I think I had a talk with her, and she really asked, she asked me first, what do I want to do? And so then I had to sit down by myself, in a quiet room, just reevaluating my choices up until that point. And I was like, why am I here? And so I kind of changed myself inside, and then I kept it pushing. I'm doing this because I want to be here. I want to get my degree. I want to be that person to change people's lives in the future. So that's why that's why I stayed here. That's why I'm good now.
I definitely feel like a good support system, as she said, a good support system definitely helps a lot through really difficult times.
So this is kind of a similar question to the trade school secondary thing. Do you guys think that we should push trade schools the same way we push colleges on students? Because at my job, it seems like that's all we push kids to do, and some kids aren't college people; they work with their hands. And to me, a trade school is the same thing as a college, but some of those kids go to college and then they drop out because they're not college kids. So I guess, my question is, do you guys think we should, push that on the same way?
I think that we should, just because, like you said, if you're not giving them the opportunity to really express what they want to do, you're kind of setting them up to failure, because a kid may want to be involved with masonry, but you send them to college and they don't have a major for masonry. It's they just going just to go.
Yeah.
You set them up for failure, because where I went to high school, it was a vocational tech school, so they pushed both college and going to a trade school. So we kind of had both opportunities. So I do think it's something that other schools should look into pushing more.
Yeah, I think we should push anything that's going to make someone successful. So college is definitely not for everyone. It's hard, it's costly. Sometimes, you come here and you get a degree and you leave and you don't do anything that has anything to do with your degree. So it kind of feels like a waste. So I definitely think that we should push other options, whatever those are, just so that everyone is successful and happy in what they're doing. Yeah.
So this is for everybody. You talked about people finishing college. How many classes do you guys have left before you're done?
Well, I'm a senior, so I have 3 more. Well, actually,
I'm a junior, so I have 2 semesters left, 5, so 10, but I'm planning on getting my master's, so a little more than that.
3 more before my undergrad.
I got one more before my undergrad. So.
I'm a little bit behind, so I have a few more classes than the average junior, probably maybe 15 left. Yeah, I can't wait till those are done. I'm ready to go.
Thank you for your time. Thank you.